Hello, it's another glorious day, and here we are for the final fourth section of the Fandango. So then we'll have the whole basic choreography for a Fandango as you might find it danced in a bal folk. There are other variants, and people who dance Fandango for competitions will have fancier things to do, but this will be just fine for bal folk purposes. Okay, so the step that we use for this fourth section is that basic 1, 2, 3 step. So if you remember, the third step finished with us swirling around. Preparation, turn, turn. And we had a last bar to fill, and we did a 1, 2, 3 on the spot. Doesn't matter which foot that happens on, whichever foot it happens on, the next thing that happens is that you carry on doing that basic 1, 2, 3 step. But we do it traveling forwards, anti-clockwise around the circle of however many people you were dancing with at the time that this happened. So if you're dancing in a big circle of people, it'll be a big circle. If you're just dancing with one other person, it'll be quite a tight circle. And if you're dancing on your own, well, you can choose how far and in which direction you want to travel. But in theory, in a social setting, you'd travel anti-clockwise around the circle, doing these 1, 2, 3 steps. And we do 12 of them. There are 16 bars of music, 12 of those steps traveling, 13 and 14 are facing the center of the circle and swinging from side to side like that as a preparation for doing 15 and 16 are the linking step. Same as before, turning around on the spot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that in a nutshell is all it is. From there, so having at the end of that gone swing, swing, turn around, we go immediately into the first step again. So, whichever foot is free at the time that you've finished your third step of turning backwards and forwards, you then set off around the circle doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Don't forget to bring the foot with you. So, in order to travel, you drop onto one foot and bring the other one in front of you slightly to do the 2, 3. And then you drop onto this one and bring the other one in front of you slightly. So if I do a very big circle, I'll go right off the camera, so I'm kind of squeezing my circle to show you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, turn around. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to play a section of the music just to practice that fourth step. But at the end of it, I'll go straight into the beginning of the first step again to show you how that link works. And I'll play the music through twice, and I'll try to remember to start it on the other foot the second time. I can't guarantee that that's going to work. So there are two finer points that I can show you that you might want to add to this step, but you don't need to. We can do exactly what I've shown you so far. The two other things you could think about are that as you do the step, instead of just doing it traveling forwards but very straight and plain, you can actually move it around a little bit. Now this is more tiring than doing it straight and plain because I'm shifting my whole axis around and I'm having to adjust and negotiate with my feet underneath me to do that. So you do still travel around the circle, whatever your circle is, anti-clockwise, but with that, with like a sort of an egg-shaped or an oval twirl in it. And then the other thing that you can do simply is that instead of just going straight forward, you can, every now and again, whenever you feel like it, you can actually turn around as you go, as you travel. So, as you're going forward, turn around and carry on. And it doesn't matter in which direction you do that turn, whatever you fancy. So that's a very nice thing to do, is to go around the circle, but every now and again to turn as you go and fit that in. And the only proviso that you need in the end is that on the very last 2 bars, you turn around on the spot to link back in again to the first step. So you have to have in mind how long the music goes on for, and just get a feel for when it's coming up to the end of that phrase, that you get ready for the preparation to turn on the spot and be ready to start again. That's it. Well, that's it. That's the 4th section of the Fandango and how it links back into the first section. So just have a little go at that, and we can then string the whole thing together. Fantastic. I just have a little piece of bad news for you, and that is that the Fandango is always followed by another little dance called an arin arin. And traditionally you should never dance a Fandango without, after a very brief pause, following it with an arin arin. So, although we've learned the whole of the Fandango, we do still need to learn the arin arin. So that'll be the next thing that's coming along. But for the moment, just practice all the bits of the Fandango and we'll string that together, and then we'll look at the arin arin. Right, bye for now.